Hello guys, now you're watching the live streaming of CGTN and I am the reporter Guo Tianqi, and now we are here at the city of Chengdu. It is the capital city of the southwest China's Sichuan province. And here, as you can see, although this place is one of the central business district in Chengdu and is called the known as the financial city, and this area surrounding me are very high-end office buildings and hotels, and also very popular shopping malls. But here you can see, although this is a Sunday night, the building and the facade is quite dark. That's because the city has started power rationing since this Monday. And also Sichuan province has issued the first emergency energy alert today. It will take effect since the midnight. Also, you can see in the left part of the picture, you can see there is a shopping mall that is very popular for young peoples. And although lots of the commercial lights are limited, but some of the stores that remain opening. And you can see here and that the hotels and other office buildings are shutting their facade lights down. And that's because in the electricity rationing policy, and all the advertising lights and non-emergency lights are suspended. That's why we can't see any decorations of those buildings. And also we can see a little bit right here. This is the main road, one of the main roads in Chengdu. And it is not as bright as usual also. So the lights are only for the emergency uses, and are only suitable for those safety lighting for the road. And here where I am standing is also one of the landmarks in Chengdu, and it's a very famous bridge. You can see that it's circling this street all around. And this is, I think it's China red, the color. And here, because it's very rival on the internet, so on the bridge there are lots of decorations. And for example, here is some decorations, huge flower trees that's for visitors to take picture. And it used to be very popular. Also, we can see a little bit further here. As the crossroad is still very busy. During the normal time, the road lamps are much more brighter than this period of time, and approximately like half of the lights are turning off. And according to the electricity rationing policy, that is restricting the electricity usage in the public area. So most of the municipal electricity consumption are limited. For example, those lights and the stations or in subways are cutting by half. And also some commercial lights or commercial electricity usage are also limited. And some office buildings, they are turning off their air conditioners also turning off their lights during the daytime and using the daylight as much as possible. And I've just asked some employees of those companies working around here, and they told us that although the air conditioner is turned off, but they can still use the electric fan. The basic electricity supply are not suspended. And here, in front of us, maybe you cannot see it very clearly. That is the newest landmark of Chengdu, and that's the Twin Tower of Chengdu. You can, I don't know, you can see the silver line, that two buildings. Usually, here the two towers will have a light show during the evening, and that's very fascinating. But also because of the policy, we can't enjoy it right now. The policy is to limit all the electricity that is not necessary to ensure the residential usage. Also, I want to show you a picture of this area during the normal time. It's like this. It's like this. And here this is the Twin Tower. This is the Twin Tower. And it's written, "I love Chengdu." And besides it are very grand shopping malls and squares. And this is the bridge where we are standing. And this is also a landmark in Chengdu. And people are joking about the two tower, and this bridge is like a chopstick and hot pot. And that's also a very typical characteristic of Chengdu, that Chengdu people really like spicy food, and hot pot is also very popular in Sichuan province. And I want to show you another picture. Is that that's apparently me. I was taking this picture before the rationing of electricity, and you can see the bridge is totally lit up. And standing on this bridge, you can see the tower right here. But now the tower right there is completely dark. And I also want to mention one thing, is that the electric rationing is not a power cut. The government is encouraging the industry companies, especially in the production area, to suspend their production. And many enterprises, they say they are giving their employees some high temperature leaves so that they can suspend the production. For now, it's like the 7th day of that operation. And mostly, but Sichuan is manufacturing center in southwest China, but according to some of the enterprises, some entrepreneurs, they say right here, this moment is not a peak season of their product. So only a few days of the suspend of the production may not be very harmful to their entire industry. But we know the most of the silicon and chemical fertile production industry factories are closed. By doing so, the government is intended to ensure the residential power load. That's why they are limiting those industrial usage of electricity, and so that you can see. Maybe we cannot see some residential areas around here, but a little bit further, we can see that in some residential areas, the electricity are totally as usual. People can charge everything at home, and people can open their air conditioner also. And I also want to share with you some information about why this usually electricity producing province is facing a power shortage. It's because Sichuan province is facing a very severe heat wave and drought situation in the last 60 years. And today is the 12th day that the Chengdu city has announced the red alert of heat wave. And here now the temperature, I want to show you the temperature. And I just check on the application called the China Weather. And it says right here, right now, in the district where we are, the temperature is 33 degrees Celsius, but the feeling temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. It's quite high and not very comfortable for people to stay outside. And today also in Sichuan province, in Chengdu city recorded the highest temperature of the year. It's reaching 44 degrees Celsius. Even it's in the night time, it's still not very cool during this time. Also, because of the heat wave, and it's bringing a very high rate of the evaporation. So also, some of the areas haven't seen any rainfall in a long time, so the hydropower production capability is also shrinking. Because of the heat and the drought, all of the main river in Sichuan province, their water volume has shrinked by 50%. As a matter of fact, and the hydropower production is also shrinked by 50%. It's from 900 million kilowatt hours to 450 kilowatt hours. And also, according to the state grid, about 80% of the electricity are coming from, in Sichuan province, are coming from the hydropower production. So here Sichuan is facing a very important crucial time of power shortage. So the state grid is sending electricity to Sichuan province via the electricity wires from the nearby Gansu and Shanxi province. Total account for 130 million kilowatt per day. And also over 50 emergency generators from other 13 provinces such as Shandong, Shanxi, and also Beijing are sending to Sichuan and to secure the emergency lighting usage. Also, we are the drought situation can bring some inconvenience for the people in the countryside and in some very severe areas. Also, I want to mention that yesterday Chengdu has the Sichuan province has issued the first this year, and that means counties and cities say they have drought problems, and in some very severe areas, the government is sending firefighter trucks to send water for them, and also in lots of places the government is opening the reservoirs and opening all the emergency water reserves to fulfill the needs of the people's drinking water and also their livestock. As we can see that even if there is no much light, but people are still looking after their own business. The vehicles still coming forward and forth. So there is something of the power rationing that is affecting the driver's life. It's the most of the charging station of electric cars are suspended, such as the Tesla. And if you don't have your own charging station, that it might be not very convenient for you to drive a long distance in this period of time. And also, in this period of time, the heat wave is making the electricity consumption in the city areas also rising dramatically. So that's why the city is restricting the electricity. Also, the very high temperature is not very good for the people's health. Earlier we just talked to some medical workers in the West China Hospital in Sichuan province as one of the top hospital in China, and he told us that this summer, especially this summer, the cases in West China Hospital, the cases of the severe heat stroke cases in West China Hospital has increased by 2 to 3 times. And also, if you are not handling the situation very well, you might suffer from a heat stroke, and that's if your body temperature is you can't cool down in certain hours, for example, 3 hours or 4 hours, that will make very huge damage to your neural system. And that's also some DIS syndromes that is very deadly to a person who are suffering from the severe heat stroke. And also, actually, in this entire Yangtze River area, the drought situation is not easy. And also, the irrigation system needs our attention. It's said that in Yangtze River Basin, including Sichuan and Chongqing, and there are more than 100 million hectares of crops are affected by the drought situation, and many of them belongs to a very important food growing areas. So the Ministry of Agriculture, they have sending some working groups to deal with the drought situation, because this period of time is very crucial for the autumn harvest. Although the summer harvest is finished, but this period of time is very important for the crops to grow, to accumulate energy for their autumn harvest. So the Ministry of Agriculture sending working groups to conduct several measures to deal with the drought, such as the cloud seeding to enhance the rains, and also teaching the farmers to cover their crops and vegetables with some shade nets to cool them down. And also, typically this period of time is the rain season in Yangtze River Basin, and also it brings the seasonal flood in Yangtze River. But here it's in some of the areas haven't seen any rainfall for 40 days. So that is a drought situation in a normally seasonal flood period. So the Ministry of the Water Resources has also announced that they will dispatch all the reservoirs alongside the Yangtze River, and the plan is to pump about 6 billion cubic meters of water from those reservoirs to the Yangtze River, and that can rise the water level by about 1 meters. And of course, the most important facilities in this mission is the Three Gorges Dam. And now the water level of that dam is shrink to about 150 meters. And also here is something I also want to show you is right here. This is the emergency generator I just told you before, and this is not a standard generator from the state grid. As we know, the standard generator are yellow, and it has emergency battery written on the facade. But this one, I just asked some staffs, and they told us that this particular power generator is for event will be held tomorrow in the square. On the left of us, yes, this is the wire, and it's connecting to the left part, and that's a square, and there will be held a festival for the artisan tomorrow. And also because the Chengdu city is rationing for the commercial and non-residential electricity, so they have to bring their own generators. Also, some people I saw some residents. Maybe we can talk to them a little bit. 先生您好，我们是电视台的，能跟您聊一下吗？说。您是住在这附近的吗？对呀。哦，那个您家里就是用电情况有没有限制啊？您家的用电情况有没有限制啊？谢谢。Okay, and we also saw some other emergency generators from the state grid is driving from other provinces to Sichuan. And here we can see this car is from Beijing, I think. And also emergency vehicles from Zhejiang and other provinces. They're driving for more than 2,000 kilometers to reach Sichuan province. And normally, Sichuan province is a very promising places for energy, especially the electricity, thanks to the all the reservoirs and the hydropower. But given the situation of drought and heat, the production capability has dropped by 50%, and that makes its ability to sending power to other provinces are very weak, limited. Hello, 我们是电视台的，跟您聊一下限电的事情，可以吗？我问一下，对，我们说的话，我们是央视的，我跟您聊一下限电的事情。想问您一下，就是家里有没有受限制啊？工作的地方那个用电情况怎么样？可以吗？我们是中央电视台，想问您跟您聊一下，就是限电措施对您有什么影响？就说一下，我问您答就行，对吧？就是没有啥影响，没有啥影响就好呀。我们走过去嘛，好吧？我们线上老师在那边。我问您答就行，很简单。有什么说什么就行。很多吗？没关系。And here we found some residents over here, and we can ask the rationing the rationing of electricity if is affecting their life. 先生您好，您是住在这附近的吗？对。 那现在成都的限电措施对您生活有什么影响？
没有多大的影响。
为什么呢？
因为正常的还是都有电的。
家里的一切电器都是正常的。
对对对。
那您是做什么工作的呢？
我们是做那个家政服务的。
那您现在公司的话，就是写字楼那个电停了吗？
有时候停了，就是那个中央空调这些停了啊。
那电灯还能开吗？
灯这些有些可以开啊。
那您现在有没有办公啊？
现在在嘛，就是在家里面办公啊。对对。
就是因为那些就是办公楼的电停，就是办公楼的空调关了，所以你们大部分都是在家办公。
好，
谢谢您啊。
没有啊。
Yeah, and he told us that their life is not affected. Because their domestic usage of electricity are not affected, they can use all the electric devices at home and opening air conditioners as much as they want. The only effect is that their office building is closing the central air conditioner, but the lights for emergency and lights for for work is still available, and they can use their fans to cool them down. And also because this period of time is too hot, and it's not very healthy for people to working in an area that is no air conditioner. So lots of the employees are working from home, and as I know, that's quite a normal situation. Lots of companies are doing this because they're caring about the health of the people, and they fear the high temperature and high humidity and the closed environment in the office building may give their employees a possible for heat stroke, especially those severe heat stroke. That's very deadly disease for people. And I think this is the situation in Chengdu right now, and so far people's lives are not affected. And but the emergency situation of the energy is still took on effect right now. As a matter of as we know that many industrial companies, they say that they haven't received any update of the limit of their industrial electricity use today. So maybe their postponement of production will prolong. And I'm the reporter Guo Tianqi, and we are still here and to bring you the latest about the power rationing situation in Chengdu. And I think might be today's live streaming. And I hope we can see you very soon. Stay tuned. I'm the reporter Guo Tianqi in Chengdu, Sichuan province. Bye bye.